Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Combat Talk, your favorite MMA show. I am your favorite MMA host, Sophia. You already know what it is for the viewers that have already tuned in for the last couple weeks. We're going to go through a rundown of our show real quick before we go into commercial break. We have UFC Fight Night predictions with Ian Machado, Gary, Carlos Prats. Then we got some fight announcements, and we got some other things to talk about, so you guys better stay tuned in. But for right now, we're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be right back to start with the fight predictions. I'll see you guys.
Dreams a reality.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. And now let's get started with the show. The first part, we're going to do some fight predictions. We're going to start with the first half, people. We got the prelims. We got Chelsea Chandler versus Jocelyn Edwards at bantamweight. Chelsea has an MMA background. She's got heavy hands. Her jab to overhand is her favorite combo, as we have all seen in her fights if we've tuned into them. She's able to control on the ground and fights the submission. Now, Jocelyn, on the other hand, she's a striker. She's got heavy leg kicks, body kicks. And it's just, more of like a kickboxer, but she calls herself a striker, but go you, I guess. I don't really care. We're going to go with, who should we go with? Let's go Chelsea. Yeah, we're sticking with it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. As you've all known, I'm not known for my picks. I'm just known for giving you guys information. On to our next fight, we have Polana Viana versus Jacqueline Amorum at strawweight. Jacqueline is a jiu-jitsu background. She's got one-punch knockout power. She's looking to shoot in for a double leg for a takedown. Able to get the submission and some overhands. Now, Poliana, on the other side, is also a jiu-jitsu fighter. She's a reactive fighter. She's got an open stance. She does liver kicks, pushes to the clinch to get a takedown and more damage for him. Now, I know what you're thinking. Both these people are jiu-jitsu people. Why would I pick one that's a jiu-jitsu person? Makes no sense, right? So, obviously, as we've seen, even with wrestlers and stuff like that, they're going to just stand up. They're not going to go to the ground. You're a wrestler. Why don't you go to the ground, right? Who's the better wrestling? But no, we're going to go with Polyana. She's been doing good, but we hope that her open stance doesn't kill her this time. So, yeah. Then we have Malcolm Wellmaker and Cameron Samayan. I think I said that right. Hopefully I did, because it's going to be bad if I didn't. Malcolm is a striker. Oh, excuse me. He has heavy power. He's got hooks, uppercuts, low and body kicks. You don't see that from a lot of people because, sorry, Jennings, I know I just hit the table. Oh, that's going to make him so mad. Anyways, but the low kicks, I think, for a lot of people, a lot of fighters should be using them. They're a lot more effective than what people think, especially if you hit the right spot and nail them again and again. It makes sense, and it lands a lot of damage. However, Cameron, he's an MMA background. He's able to get the takedowns, get the submission. He's more of I'm going to hit you and then get to the ground faster person. So we're going to go with Malcolm because, you start off the fight standing. So you got to get past that to get the takedown. So we'll see. And then we have Matt Schnell versus Jimmy Flick at flyweight. Got the tiny guys today. So we have Matt, a jiu-jitsu fighter. He's fast hands, needs better choke defense. You would think for a jiu-jitsu person you would have better choke defense. And now I'm saying that coming from that background. But, you have to realize in MMA, it's a lot different from actual jiu-jitsu. MMA jiu-jitsu, you're obviously getting punched and kneed and all that stuff. But you have to realize this is a key detail, an important factor in fighting. However, Jimmy Flick is a jiu-jitsu fighter. He's reactive, and he has decent hands, low leg kicks, and quick submissions. So we're going to go Jimmy Flick and be smart on this. Now, on to our main card. For the people complaining that I'm not doing all the prelim fights, It's a fight night. You have to bear with me. Now, I know fight nights are where we get to know our fighters and know more about them, but trust me on this one, we're gonna keep it moving along and go to the main card. So we're gonna do the first half, and then the second half will be the next segment. So you guys have to stay tuned in for that. So we have Randy Brown versus Nicholas Dalby. We have Randy as a striker. He's got a blitz, which means fast combos, and is just coming at you swarming. So he does a slip cross to have a knockout, or to get a knockout, I should say, because apparently I can't talk again this week. He's constantly coming forward. He's got heavy elbows, actually standing. And a lot of people, you would think, oh, if I do heavy elbows, it's got to be spinning like John Jones. No, especially my Muay Thai people, they know what they're talking about. So with him, he's got heavy elbows. He's got pressure on the ground. And then Nicholas Dalby is an MMA fighter in the back. Well, his background's MMA. And then he does a lot of feinting, low leg kicks. He's a very reactive, no kick defense. Dude, makes no sense. How are you going to throw leg kicks and then you're not going to be able to take them? Like, you can't defend yourself. Hey, that's your problem, not mine. You guys better stay tuned in for my pick on this fight. But we're going to go into our first song called I'm Alright by Severin, because I am alright. I will be making my decision next segment. So I'll see you guys after this song. For the people that saw that, you did not see that. You did not. Anyways, we're going to go on with the prediction for that fight. We're going to go Nicholas Dalby. If you need kick defense, you need to go to a Muay Thai gym. Just saying. How are you going to throw leg kicks, but you don't know how to defend them? Obviously, you need mental help and help in general. So, on to the next fight. We got Michael Pereira versus a Russian dude, Medov. Yeah. And for the people watching me on the lobby, I'm so sorry because you have to watch me stutter and hear me. But we're going to go Michael Pereira. For the people that don't know, this is the guy that does all the crazy stuff and the acrobatic moves where, like, he flips on people and thinks it's cool, but it's really not. So, yeah, dude, get your stuff together. Obviously, this is not made for you, but, I mean, this is a real testament. You got to go against a wrestler and a guy that actually knows what he's doing. So, actually, we're going to switch the pick. Mamagomedov is going to win this fight. So, yeah. For the people that don't believe me, well, watch the fight on Saturday. Not my problem, is it? So, the co-main event, we have Anthony Smith and Zhang Mingyang at light heavyweight. I just read that wrong. I was like, Oh, apparently I can't spell or write, have good handwriting. Apparently not. Anthony Smith is a striker. He's got heavy jabs, hooks, hammer fists, knees in the clinch. That is painful. For the people that don't know that and don't train, oh, you do not know that pain of getting hit in the liver with a knee. It sucks. And fun fact for those people that don't know, it actually takes 3 seconds for a shot to hit in the liver to affect you, and you can get knocked out. You can watch highlight clips on YouTube for that. I don't gotta say anything more about that. Zhang is MMA based. He got low leg kicks, good head movement, able to feint, and he shoots in for a lot of takedowns. So I'm gonna go Anthony Smith just because of his power. He has a lot of heavy strikes, and he's got some good fights on his career and his resume. So we're gonna go Anthony Smith. Now I know what you're waiting for. The main event. Ian Machado Gary versus Carlos Prats from the Fighting Nerds. What are the Fighting Nerds? A group of Brazilian fighters that call themselves the Fighting Nerds. Because apparently they're nerds about something, I don't know. Not MMA, I can tell you that. But this is a welterweight fight. We got Ian Gary with the MMA base, head kicks, straight hands, leg kicks, fast, heavy punches. Then we have Carlos Prats, the random dude that no one cares about, but yet he's known because of his friend group. Yes, I said it. Come for me. Don't care. This is my show. So, Carlos is a striker. He's got head kicks. He's reactive. He's got knees, push kicks, one punch knockout power. Ian Gary is going with this. I'm taking Ian Gary. Yeah, it's my show. I get to make the predictions. You don't. If you want to argue about this, come on the show. We can argue about it. It's a different story. But Ian Gary, if you don't know, is like besties with Charles Oliveira. So Jiu-Jitsu's got to be on point for this fight. Carlos, he's doing well, but he's not getting enough reaction from the crowd to the point where like people are like, oh my god, we like him. No one cares about Carlos Prats. He just needs to go. We only care about Ian Gary here. Yes, if you can't tell, I'm an Ian Gary fan. Oh my god. Like, love that. But, unfortunately, we're going to cut this segment early because we got some other interesting things to talk about, and you guys can deal with it. We are going to go into our next song, and that song is Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. If you don't like it, too bad. This is my show, not yours. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'll be right back. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry about that. Jennings is telling me I'm back on camera, but you can't hear me, but that's great. I'm so sorry to the janitor that got scared by me. We love you. Sorry about that. But on to our next segment, and probably one of our last. We have fight announcements, people. I got a list for you. A list. Let's start it off. We got Vincent Luick versus Kevin Holland. Cheeto Vera versus Bautista. Johnny Walker versus Raznikov. We're going to go with that because I don't know how to actually say this guy's name. Silva versus Van. Kevin Gaslam versus Pfeiffer. St. Dennis versus Alvarez. Gilbert Burns versus Morales. And just incoming news, Rafael Faiza versus Bahamananas. Excuse me, sorry. I thought that's how you say it. Apparently not. I don't know. I guess it is. Let's start off with the first fight. We have Vincent Luque versus Kevin Holland. Every time I do predictions for you guys and Kevin Holland is fighting, every time when I do his background, it still has not changed. It's Kung Fu. I don't know. I guess that's what he specializes in. But good for him, I guess. But honestly, I'm not a big Vincent fan, but I will give him the credit to the point where he is a good fighter and he knows what he's doing, like any fighter in the UFC does. But he has some fights on his resume that are pretty well known and good, but Kevin Holland does too. Honestly, I think this one's kind of going to be a battle or it's going to be a straight knockout. But like any fight, it could end up in any which way. So we're going to go with Kevin Holland. Yep, I'm trusting my gut, I guess. And that never got me anywhere, but here we are. But Cheeto Vera versus Bautista. Cheeto Vera. Yeah, one of my favorite fighters. He didn't do so well against Sean O'Malley, but, he's coming back. He's doing well. He's been working a lot on his striking, so I think Cheeto's going to win this fight. But Bautista, he's known for having heavy hands, as we see he fought Jose Aldo. So I think that was him. I'm pretty sure that was him. I hope I'm not wrong, because usually I sometimes am wrong on this show, but you guys can correct. And if you heard Jennings, he did laugh at that, so it's great. We're going to go Cheeto Vera. I think he just has faster hands, and he knows how to control the fight. And now that he's learning through this process of being in the UFC and dealing with these people, and Cheeto has been fighting for a while, so I think Cheeto's going to come through with the W on this one. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's not me, guys. I will take the blame. Then we have Johnny Walker. Oh, I don't like this dude. This dude's so controversial. You literally got thrown out of a hotel in your fighter shorts because of how much of an idiot you are. Because a guy knocked you out and you said he didn't. And then you decided to get physical and wanted to threaten Dana. Your boss? Is that really smart to do, dude? No, it's not. We don't do that. Johnny Walker is going to get his butt handed to him. I hope he does, because you suck. No one likes you. Sorry. But on to our next fight. We have Silva versus Van. Real quickly, I'm just going to say Silva because I got to look more into that because I kind of didn't. I just want to give you guys fight announcements so you guys have things to think about. And so we can do predictions. But, yeah. So on to our next fight. We have Kevin Gaslam versus Pfeiffer. I am a Kevin Gaslam fan, of course. I do recommend watching his fight with Israel Adesanya. It is one of the greatest fights there is in that division. I'm going to go with Kevin Gaslam. He's been improving a lot. It's not because I'm a fan either. It's because I got to be honest to you guys and give you a real prediction. Yeah. But I'm going to go with Kevin Gaslam just for the safe side. And I know I've been doing that the last couple weeks, is playing on the safe side, but it's better safe than never. So, on to our next fight. We got St. Dennis versus Alvarez. Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't really know much about these two, but just because they're on the lower rank of the UFC, and I know you guys are like, you do fight predictions, you should know all about these fighters and stuff. Well, sorry that someone has a busy life and does things that are not on camera. Sorry. But we're going to go St. Dennis on this one. Then, Gilbert Burns versus Morales. Gilbert Burns is making his comeback, people. And you know what that means. More knockouts for everybody. As we've seen, Gilbert Burns is a powerhouse. Even though he has lost a couple of fights, you have to remember Gilbert Burns has been in the top 10 the majority of the time he's been in the UFC. So you can't count him out. He is one of those fighters that, you can't just take lightly. You have to make sure that you're putting the pressure on him, make sure that you're making him tired. Even when he's tired, this man is somehow coming back and knocking you out. I do recommend his fight with Kamaru Usman to watch. He didn't win that fight, but still a good one to watch because it's a good back and forth fight. Then our last fight that we're going to cover, Rafael Fiziev versus Bahamondes. Who is this other guy that's not Rafael? Don't know, couldn't tell you. But I'm going to go with Rafael. If you don't know, he actually has trained in Thailand at Tiger Muay Thai. And he's really good on striking. I don't, gotta look into him. But his fight with Justin Gaethje, for the people that don't know, he actually fought him the third time, like a couple months ago. I think it was like a month or two ago. I could be wrong. I also have been hit in the head a lot from training. So don't really count on that, but here we are. And to be honest, I know people are like, well, what fight should Dustin Poirier get? It's a good question because we saw that Paddy Pimblett called him out at UFC 314, 315, 314. I'm just here, guys, doing things for you guys, giving you information. I'm just here. But yeah, Paddy did call him out. As we have seen from that card, if you guys have not watched that fight, I watched it live, unlike half of you guys. Sorry. Paddy killed Chandler. And I know people are like, Chandler's on the decline. He's on the decline. Well, whatever. Still gonna fight, don't you? So, Paddy basically showed everybody, why people had doubts about Paddy. And Paddy showed everybody, I can fight a top 10 guy, top 5 guy, and still make the fight, deal well. I can actually put some damage on some people, and he did. He made Chandler look like a fool, made him look stupid. I'm saying it. And as I'm looking at my stuff for you guys that I tell you about, Gamrot versus Klein, May 31st at lightweight. This is going to be UC Vegas 107. Probably at T-Mobile Arena, most likely. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. It's another fight night. Yeah. And for the people that do ask, and I know people don't ask you questions, blah, blah, blah. Yes, people do. Oh, well, deal with it. And for the people that do ask about why we cover fight nights, honestly, the UFC schedule that I follow is a little wonky right now because they are still trying to cover UFC fights and they're trying to put fight cards together. So in the meantime, I'm trying to give you guys something to look forward to. But after this week, we're probably going to be covering either UFC 315 or either that one or I think there's a pay-per-view before that. But there's another fight night we're probably going to cover. Sorry, guys. Gonna have to bear with me in the time being. But, yeah, Dustin Poirier, either he fights Chandler again because he's been talking a lot about Chandler because of the stuff Chandler pulled against him in that fight, or he fights Paddy. He cannot fight Islam. Islam will kill him. Again, Islam's just too dangerous. But apparently Ilia Topuria wants to fight Islam. That makes no sense, dude. You will get killed. Unfortunately, my people, my fight fans, we are going to one of our last songs, Take It to the Edge by Godsmack, and we're going to come back, and I'm going to close the show. I'm sorry, guys. So, stay tuned, guys. Take it. everybody. Unfortunately, I have to leave you, but actually, I got some good news, kinda. May 10th at the Porter County Career Center, we have the auto show. Me and my dear friend Emerson from Ramble and Scramble, who I produce too, and she usually produces me, but we gotta let some new people come in and produce the show, cause we don't trust everybody for my show. Gonna let you know. But yeah, the auto show, me and Emerson will actually be there from 12 to 2 on radio. So tune in and come show up. We got some prizes for you guys. We got some trivia questions for you guys, May 10th. But unfortunately for my fight fans, this is the end. But we will be going to the Coast by 5 seconds of summer. Tune in next week. We got some more information for you guys. I think we're also going to be interviewing a fight promotion. Or we're interviewing a fighter next week. Huh? Yeah, that's right. I made it happen. I made it happen. But unfortunately, bye guys.